Hello Leo, this is your reading for April the 4th until the 10th, 2025. It's going to be general, so please take what resonates and let the rest go. And let's welcome in the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves to assist us with this reading. Okay Leo, let's see what's going to fly out, jump out, or flip. Well, I've hardly finished speaking, and here we have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful energy. So it's looking here, Leo, like maybe you are doing some thinking about your emotions. Maybe you are looking into or exploring your creativity, a form of creativity. Or maybe you are looking at working on your intuition. Or you could be sort of inquiring into some spiritual practices or spiritual beliefs. Maybe you're doing some research on different types of ascended masters, different ascended masters, or maybe some light beings, galactic collectives, maybe archangels, or even any other spiritual practice you could be looking into here. But you could also be pondering this idea of love. Okay, you have the Ten of Cups also in the center here. So maybe this is something that you are looking for here. Maybe you're looking for emotional fulfillment, Leo, if you haven't already acquired that, or if you're not already experiencing it. And, this is sort of emotional and spiritual kind of fulfillment on many different levels. And maybe you're just examining that part of your life or that aspect of your life. Maybe you're looking at your emotional well-being at the moment. Maybe you're just kind of wondering if that's okay, or if it's sort of something that you're looking to improve upon. This could also be talking about, we did say spirit guides. See these sort of cups, they're literally kind of in the sky or in the heavens. I know it's like a symbolic picture, but, maybe you are looking skyward or heavenward, and maybe you are kind of, wondering about your spirit guides as well. Okay, so you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands, Justice, Page of Pentacles, the Moon, and we'll look at these cards in depth in a moment. You have the Six of Pentacles as well. So I will just pause for one moment. Okay, Leo, we're looking at the center of the reading again. This could even be talking about you hitting upon something that's spiritual, creative, or intuitive for you that you really love to do, that's kind of giving you this Ten of Cups feeling here. So maybe it's something that you're doing that's very fulfilling for you at the moment. And I feel like that maybe things that you are going to be changing, some things around you and in your life in general. And maybe even you're going to be changing how you do things, and when you do things, and maybe with whom you do things. There's several things that are going to be changing here, I think, maybe in support of this new joy, this new happiness that you've discovered here, Leo. And yeah, you're going to be moving towards this. This is something that happened recently, is that I think maybe you made a switch or a change, or you just made a decision to move towards that which makes you feel happy. Okay. Which is awesome. And at the moment, I think you are feeling really clear on that. You're feeling that it's definitely in alignment. And I think as the time, moves forward, it's like you're going to really be embodying this personal truth, even more so to a greater extent. And I feel that, this is the potential of the clarity and the truth and the insight that you're going to get from doing this creative thing, whatever it is. And here you are holding the sword here, and you have achieved balance. So you've changed everything so that it's going to support and fall into alignment, to enable you to do this thing, whatever that is. And there might be several things, maybe you're starting a family here. Okay. Or maybe you are gardening. Maybe you've decided to grow roses and sell them, or something like that. There's something here that's giving you a lot of joy, Leo. It could be anything creative, intuitive, or spiritual, or a combination of those things. Okay. And here you are currently holding this thing. Okay. You are basically revering it, and you are really looking at this carefully, and you are really kind of honing in on it and focusing on it, and being really dedicated, and sort of having, doing this with passion, I think, and interest. And yeah, in your external environment, you have the moon, which also appeared for Aries. And I feel like with these eclipse energies that I think a lot of things that have been sort of hidden have been brought to light. And maybe this change was sparked by the eclipse energies that we've been kind of feeling for the last week or two. There's a lot of stuff going on astrologically. And I'm not an astrological expert, but the people that I've been listening to, I've just sort of ascertained that, there's a lot going on. And this could be talking about, maybe paying attention to your moon placement here, Leo. But I'm also going to clarify this here as well. It could be that maybe around you there are things that you are not aware of, things that are hidden. But it could also be talking about maybe illusions or secrets. Okay. Let's just clarify the moon again, just to get a little bit more info on that for us. And okay. Excuse my nose scratching. We have the Page of Swords here. So this is about you getting curious and maybe kind of, just maybe sorting out what's true and what is illusionary or illusory. So maybe if you're hearing things on the news or people are telling you things, maybe it's like it's a bit deceptive, and maybe it's a case of, not believing everything you hear, or don't believe everything that you read and all this type of thing. But yeah, there could be something to do with that. And here we have the number 7 in this is sort of like your hopes and dreams, but you could be sort of looking to, maybe you're going to be consolidating here. Maybe you're going to have a change. Actually, this could be something else that you're doing. This could be your work here at the moment. And maybe you're sort of looking at your work and wondering how that's going to fit in with this new thing. Because I think even maybe you're going to be cutting down income a little bit. This is going from a 7 down to a 6, but I think you're doing this in the name of balance and harmony. You have the scales, and you have the scales here in the Justice card. So I feel, Leo, that you are moving towards, or what you're aiming for is a better work-life balance here. I feel that at the center, this is not really talking, although those lucky people that get to do their passion and what gives them emotional fulfillment as their work, okay, are the lucky ones. But I'm not sure if you're in that category here, Leo. It kind of doesn't quite look like that. But here, this is more like the stuff that's not work, that might be something emotionally fulfilling for you here. It could be literally that maybe you're starting a family, or maybe you are looking to assist someone who's starting a family. Maybe it's, a daughter or a son that's looking to start a family, and maybe you are deciding to move closer to where they are so that you can support them. And, there could be some, this has just jumped out. There could be a bit of stress about this for you. But let's get a remedy card now, Spirit. This is just for if you could be consolidating and just looking to see whether this is what you are wanting here. It's looking like it, you're prepared to make some changes here, but at times you are clear, and then other times not as clear. Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is sort of Spirit saying that, if you are sort of making some changes in life, and you're sort of consolidating, wondering if it's worth it, there might be decisions that you need to make in order, to change things, to make things fit, and to get better balance. But I guess this is the Queen of Swords. She's intelligent, okay, fearless, logical, but also compassionate and understanding. So wherever possible, make your decisions kind of in alignment with that. And I feel like this is inequalities that you already have, Leo, okay? So it's really about activating those aspects of yourself. Being cool, calm, collected, being able to do the analysis, getting the facts, okay, but also taking into consideration the emotions and having compassion and understanding, not just for others, but for yourself as well. Okay, that's really important here, Leo, okay, as we go through these energies, okay, because you're looking to harmonize and balance here. The, you know, this is talking about good work-life balance, and also talking about, you know, having success so that you're able to give of your time, energy and attention as well. But remembering that, you know, once again, in the name of balance, being grounded enough to do things for yourself, and then, you know, I guess moving into the ideals of like, well, I'm going to help others now as well, okay? And that's, you know, the sword rising up here in terms of a principle, but also remembering to be grounded and looking after yourself here as well, Leo. Let's grab a card for the Six of Pentacles as well. We don't really need 8 cards. But yeah, there could be a little bit of, well, we have the beautiful positive energies at the center here. I think it's almost like a lot of joy, but then there's some repercussions and some developments as a result of that. You know, maybe a close family member of yours is starting a family, or maybe there's a new job or a new career opportunity, or it could be you yourself, Leo, okay? Maybe you are embarking on well, that one's flipped more or less. 4 of Wands, yeah, that's nice. Reaching a milestone, and, you know, this is also about a lightening of mood. So as we've mentioned, remembering to look after yourself here, Leo, as well. If you are being benevolent and helping others, okay, is to really allow yourself to celebrate, or give yourself permission to celebrate the things that you do for yourself, as well as perhaps celebrating with others during their happy times as well. And 4 of Wands, yeah, these girls are dancing here, and there's a tambourine and a tent, and, you know, maybe getting outside, communing with nature. There's also some kind of stars in the background, maybe stargazing or astronomy, or looking through the telescope and all that type of groovy stuff. Yeah, let's look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Queen of Pentacles. We just mentioned about, you know, connecting with nature. Very supportive, nurturing for you, Leo. And this, sometimes the Queen of Pentacles does can allude to pregnancy, especially the Empress as well. But this is, you know, a very kind of motherly, nurturing card, okay? Beautiful supportive energy. Could also be talking about a spirit guide, if that's something that you are looking into here as well. But maybe yourself or someone close to you is, you know, maybe embarking on having children, or moving, or doing something that's bringing a lot of joy in. And yeah, self-care. Always the name and aim of the game. Right, I'm going to grab a Beyond Lemuria oracle for you, Leo, from the Arcturians. They've been coming through my meditations the last few days, so we are going to just grab you a card here. As a supportive energy, there's a lot of joy, and maybe you have made some changes or some moves to support this energy coming into your life, or to support someone else who's experiencing that, someone close to you, okay? And it's, yeah, it's been thought-provoking, but also, you know, positive at the same time, okay? But you're looking to create balance for yourself in amongst all of it, all right? Trust your innocence. Okay, so this is about having faith in your, I'm just going to grab that in the book. Okay, we're just going to read the divinatory meaning here. It says here, learn to trust your inner sense or intuition, which is what the Queen of Cups is doing at the center of your reading here, Leo. You are encouraged to be absolutely honest with yourself. Cast aside any mind stories and shoulds that you tell yourself. In your heart of hearts, you know the answers. Dare to listen and to honour them. This card may also relate to being truthful with another person. Relationships can only deepen when we can be real with each other. Consider your timing and be considerate, but this is a time for truths. So, yeah, that's interesting. I have a feeling, Leo, that there's your energy and the energy of another person or a few people mixed in with this. And, yeah, yeah, just have some heart-to-heart discussions and being truthful and honest and allowing, all parties to listen and participate as needed, okay? So if that resonates, Leo, I hope that's been helpful. And, yeah, look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you again soon.